So, the second of three strategies to solve simultaneous equations you're going to get is called solving by substitution. Do you agree that drawing those lines, was that a little time consuming? Okay? Instead, there are algebra ways to solve simultaneous equations. The first one I'm showing you is called by substitution. When do I do this? You do solving by substitution when one or both equations has the variable x or y as the subject of the equation. So what the hell does that mean? It means x is by itself and it equals something. Or it means y is by itself and it equals something, yeah? So what could it look like? X is equal to y plus 6, for example. Or it could be y is equal to 3x take 2. An equation is written with x or y as a subject when x is by itself or y is by itself. So just get that for now. This is saying when you do solving by substitution, and then I will show you how to. So I believe in your assessment, I'm only asking you to do 2 graphically. The rest, get faster the algebra. So again, you solve by substitution when one or both simultaneous equations has x or y as the subject. So what does that mean? X or y is by itself. What are the steps to that? Steps to solve by substitution. Substitute the right-hand side of the subject equation into the other one. Make sure to use brackets for grouping. Expand the brackets as needed. Then solve for the variable left in this equation. And step 3, substitute the variable found in step 2 into either to solve for the last one you need. Right now, that's going to be unclear what that means, and that is perfectly fine because I will show you. But get those 3 steps down and I'll show you. It's the loudest snacks in the world. There was one time I was supervising a year 12 exam and this kid got out like corn chips and salsa. And he was chewing with his mouth open and you could see all the kids were just like just glaring at us.
Year 12, I'm going to bring like a steak and just start computing class.
Rack of lamb? No, in year 12 they'll ask you to, you can have snacks but they have to be put in a like a Ziploc bag to make sure it doesn't make crinkly noises and stuff. Although the next thing is when people have those Nike bottles there, when you squeeze it wrong, it goes. It does it really slow. Roast.
Nice shepherd's pie.
Yeah. Oh, and he puts up like a bib and gets like silver.
I'm going to hold my cup very like upright.
A butler just walks in. Like,
Yeah, super
here, so, yeah. Service, please. I think you're commenting on what those steps mean, and that's fine. I will show you what those steps mean now. Substitute right-hand side of the subject equation into the other one. Make sure you use brackets for grouping. Expand those brackets. And solve for the variable left. So the one we're going to practice solving is this one, example 1. I'll do 2 examples though. Right, you'll still see those steps here, but we'll get started on actually solving it. We want to solve these simultaneous equations here. Y is equal to 3x take 1 and x plus y is equal to 3. I want to solve them by substitution. So yes, I agree that without actually doing it, these steps may be difficult, okay? But if you break it down, substitute the right-hand side of the subject equation into the other one. Make sure to use brackets for grouping. So my first question is, which of those equations has x or y as the subject? The first one. Why? Because y is by itself. Do you agree? It is telling you y is equal to 3x take 1. So that's where this step come in. Substitute the right-hand side of the subject equation into the other. So what is this equation telling you y equals? Y is 3x take 1. So what is this second equation going to look like if I jam this y into it? It's going to look like this. It's going to look like x plus, what does the first equation tell you that y equals? 3x minus 1. See, I put brackets around it just to be safe. Equals 3. What did I just do there? I rewrote x plus y is equal to 3 with that first equation inserted into it. Is there anything that I can do in these brackets? I don't know what x is. Is there a number outside those brackets? No. So those brackets are not to do anything. I can ignore them now. Expand the brackets as needed. Then solve for the variable left in this equation. What is the only variable left in my arrangement? X. So if I've got x plus 3x, I have 4 x's. Take 1 is equal to 3. How would I get rid of that take 1? Add 1 to both sides. You're going to get 4x is equal to 4. What's the 4 doing to the x? Multiplying. So x is going to be 1. Put a box around that. You might feel like you're done, but you're not, because now you need to find what y is, okay? But that's what step 3 is about. Substitute the variable found in step 2. What did we find in step 2? X is 1 right now. I substitute that into either of the simultaneous equations to solve for the last variable do you need. So what does either mean? Does it mean you have an option? It doesn't matter where you put that x is equal to 1. You can put it into the top one. You could put it into the bottom one. Pro tip, put it into the easier looking one. Which of these equations looks easier? The bottom one, x plus y is equal to 3. So I'm going to substitute that into x plus y is equal to 3. 1 plus y is equal to 3. What kind of a 1 is that? So what's the opposite of adding 1 to something? So y is going to be 2. You're done now. I'm going to do it in red. I could have put it into the other equation. Y is equal to 3 lots of 1, take 1. What's 3 lots of 1? 3, take 1. See how it also says that y is equal to 2? Choose the easier one. Okay? But now, do you see that we've solved x and y? Do those two solutions also solve these OG equations? 2 is equal to 3 lots of 1, take 1. Yeah, that works for that. And is 1 plus 2 also 3? Can you please get that example down? I'll run through an example again with me talking a bit less to build that mastery. So obviously that took just as long as solving graphically because that's the first time you've done it, but can you see the potential of being faster? Because you're only doing algebra, you're not drawing up a graph or anything. Some people have done that, so I didn't have a second example. That's the last example.